Hi, I'm Lisa Redfern, and this is Gingersnap, a conversation and a cookie with a creative Mainer.
Sorry.
Today, my creative Mainer is Katie Bingham Smith, and I'm here in her home in Bowdoinham. And she's a writer and a mother of three, and I'm going to let her tell you about some of her creative endeavors right now. I should say that I've been reading you on and off for a long time, and I didn't realize that Katie was the daughter of a new friend of mine, Karen Schneider. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah, that's so funny. Right now I write for a few parenting blogs. Scary Mommy's one of them. Babble's one of them. They're owned by Disney. They have a really fun, gentle voice about parenting. I also have a monthly fashion column in Maine Women magazine.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yes, yeah. And I write for the health vertical for She Knows. So a lot of online, mostly parenting, but some health, some fitness, some fashion, some shopping guides. So yeah, a little bit of everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you write every day?
Every day. Sometimes not on Saturdays, but usually every day.
Wow, that's great. Do you have a set time that you write?
No, I should. I try to do it when the kids are in school, but sometimes it leaks into when they get home and after dinner and first thing in the morning.
Every day's different.
Yeah. Every day's different.
Have to be.
Yeah. But that's what I love about it, is that I can sit there and be writing something while my daughter's at lacrosse practice and be working and still be present and with her.
Yeah. So. Do you take your laptop with you everywhere you go?
Yes. Yeah. You'll often see me sitting at McDonald's or Subway or Starbucks writing because it helps just to get out and be near people instead of sitting alone all day.
Well, when did you first come to Maine?
I moved here when I was in second grade in 1982. I moved here from California in December, and it was very different, and I didn't like it at all, but it took me like 2 weeks to get used to it, and then I really haven't left. I mean, I went to college in Vermont, I've summered in New Jersey, but I've never left. It's always been my home. Yeah.
That's great. Do you know your first word? And if you don't know, what do you think it might have been?
I don't know what it was. And it's probably in my baby book somewhere. But what I do remember from being young is that my parents were always telling me to be quiet, to stop talking. That's what I do remember. But I don't remember my first word. I'm sure my mother does.
Well, Karen, I'll be in touch with you. So my first word was cookie. It was in my baby book, and so that's why I want to have cookies. These I got this morning at the Veggie Corner. They were warm when I got them, but they were in my car while I was at work all day. So anyway, we're going to have a little bit of them. This is the chocolate chip cookie from Veggie Corner. Like I said, it was chewy this morning. Her cookies are all so good.
I've never had the cookies. I've had the sandwiches there before, which are amazing.
I've never had this.
They're still really good.
Yeah, I can tell they're
Very good.
So, did you have a car in your adolescence, or when you were young in your family, that was kind of cool that you'd get back if you could?
Well, maybe just for nostalgic purposes. My parents drove a big, huge blue Chevy Caprice Classic that went on forever. So and you still see them sometimes. So sometimes when I see one, I'm like, oh, that was so nostalgic. We just had that car forever. And then my older sister drove it. So maybe that one. But for my 16th birthday, my dad did buy me a 71 Beetle convertible that had rainbow stripes on it. That was pretty cool. I mean, it fell apart.
Oh my gosh.
And I couldn't maintain it, but that was pretty. That was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Really cool. That kind of beats all of them.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so as a writer, I assume you're a big reader and love books. So are there a few books that you find yourself recommending over and over again?
Yes. Anything by Sarah Addison Allen. She, especially Sugar Queen. It's a little bit fantasy. If you're a foodie, you'll like it. There's romance in it. I like light, fluffy reads, things that I can just kind of lose myself in, that I don't have to think too hard. But I also love, I don't know if you've read or heard about the Jen Sincero self-help books. There's one, How to Be a Badass at Making Money, and How to Be a Badass and Take Control of Your Life, I think is what it's called. And they're both really super fun, fast reads, but like full of amazing tips. Like tips that everybody can do. It's just about changing your perspective. So those are the ones that I recommend all the time.
Great. Thank you for those. I haven't heard of any of those.
Yeah.
So is there a song or an album or a CD or a kind of music that you come back to again and again that's been sort of a touchstone in your life?
Probably. I mean, I love anything by John Denver, because that reminds me of my childhood. I think, were they called 8 tracks? I think that was the one.
They were.
The one that we had that we would take on every road trip. And I also love the Dave Matthews Band. It reminds me of growing up and, going to college and parties and friends. And I've never tired of that, of his music. So probably those two.
Cool. So, if a movie was made about your life, what genre would it be, and who would you like to have star as you, or who do you think they'd cast as you?
Well, I guess it depends on which part of my life
we're
looking at.
Yeah, you can have a movie for the beginning, one for the middle.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I don't know. Definitely, I would love to have Jennifer Aniston play me because she's my favorite. She's funny and she can be serious. But the movie would probably be, I would just have to say, maybe like some silly comedy, just because that's my favorite. I use humor as a coping mechanism. I love funny movies. My kids and I love to laugh. So that's probably off the top of my head what I would think.
All right. So if someone would like to reach you for, if someone wants to find your writing, or if someone wants to get a hold of you to hire you to write something, what's the best way to reach you?
Probably just my email. And that is kcbsmith9@gmail.com. So that's probably the best way to reach me. I also have a writer page on Facebook, Katie Bingham Smith /writer. So that's pretty easy, but probably those two are the most ways.
And if someone wanted to look at an archive of the stuff you've written, they could go to the different blogs that you write.
Yes, and I also publish everything on my writer page too. Like if I'm published somewhere, I share it on my writer page, and sometimes on my personal page, depending on what it's about. But yeah, I have almost everything I've written on my Facebook page as well. Okay. Great. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. You've been Gingersnap. Thanks for letting me into your home. Special hello to Karen. So this has been Gingersnap, a conversation in the cookie with a creative Mainer, episode 76. Yeah. And I'll be back in a few weeks, and then I'm going to probably take a couple of weeks off and come back in January and interview more creative Mainers. I could probably do this for the rest of my life and not run out of creative Mainers, because this is a very creative state in so many ways, which is wonderful. I should mention, if you want to know about me or my music or gigs that are coming up, you can go to lisaredfern.com. And there are several things coming up in December. One of them being December 16th at the Phippsburg Congregational Church. There's going to be a wonderful Christmas concert there that I'm involved with several other performers. So, all right. Thank you very much. This has been Gingersnap.